Let's just go ahead and activate that. And it is sending the blood over here. This is good. This means I won't need to hurt myself for this anymore. Something may or may not have gone wrong. Nope, tier 5. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to some more All the Mods 11. Today, we are continuing with our endeavor from the last video, which is the new blood magic mod, Neo Vitae. Now, last time, we managed to get ourselves up to tier 3 altar, which for blood magic, it would be tier 4. But the numbers are confusing for this one. They decided to make the number 1 altar just this thing, none of these runes, tier 0, and it just got more confusing from there. So now what we need to do is we need to continue out from there. So for those of you who didn't see last video, some of the things we're gonna do may not make sense, so be sure to check that one out, unless you want to go in without context and then go back to appreciate the context, in which case I respect you for that. So anyways, what I did in between videos was I really just made the next orb, which was made with the weak blood shard that we got in the last video. That way I could hold some more blood in here and then get some further things. I made some more runes. I made the next level runes that we're gonna need to upgrade our ritual diviner, because we are gonna need that, and then after that we're just gonna need 2 inscription tool dusks, which just take a block of coal. So yep, this is gonna start absorbing all the blood. Oh, and then it turns into the dusk. Beautiful. That didn't take that much. Wait, how much blood was this supposed to take? Hang on. Oh, only 2,000. Oh, well, that makes sense. Okay, then. Ah, zombies. I literally forgot. I was trying to go to sleep because I don't want to deal with the nighttime monster munchies. Oh, yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. I upgraded the incense altar, which, for those of you who don't know, this makes my blood that I use in the altar worth more when I sacrifice it from myself. So how this thing upgrades is you have this little 3x3 around it. That's the base area. Then you have paths. These paths are different tiers which go out by different lengths. So for the wooden brick path, it can go out by 3. It needs to be on all 4 sides. For the stone brick path, it goes out an extra 2. And then for the worn stone, it goes out another extra 2. For each upgrade, it goes out by 2. So I just decided to keep the old ones, and then that upgrades the amount of incense that I can get. And then by adding surrounding nature with water crops, and underneath these stone slabs are lava, I've managed to push myself to the max at my current tier, which gives me even more blood to work with. So now, with my increased pool, because I also added some runes of capacity, I can pretty much almost fill this thing up. It's beautiful. Anyways, though, back on topic, what I now need is the next ritual divine. Oh, crap. That got rid of my runes. Okay, what am I down? Okay, I need 2 runes of capacity and then 2 standard runes. All right, fine. Alrighty, I got the blood altar all fixed up. Apparently there was actually some more damage than I thought, because these pillars were destroyed and then these 3 were all gone. So it's like, I'm not even gonna worry about upgrading them right now. For right now, this is enough. So either way, now we have ourselves our ritual diviner dusk. Now, with the dusk level 1, we can do many more rituals. One of the rituals that I am going to want, and hope is here, is going to be the one that lets me harvest the blood from other mobs. That's the Demon Realm one. I already did that. Highway to Hell opens a permanent gateway to the Endless tier dungeon. Oh, so I wonder if that's the Endless Realm in this one. Oh, that is interesting. While suffering, that's it. Damages every hostile creature in range and channels their pain into the Essentia Vitae at the Master Stone. Is that a thing in the book? Okay, wait, here it is. Yeah, the Well of Suffering. Okay, so it's only gonna take 50,000 EV to activate and a weak activation crystal. It's gonna take 1 EV a second to maintain. So yeah, that shouldn't be a huge problem then. It's just gonna be a matter of where we wanna put it. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need that book at all, because I can still do the ritual diviner trick. So I can just put the master ritual stone up there, and then we should be good. Okay. So then after that, I just need to make a couple more ritual stones. I believe the book said I need 20. Yeah, I need a total of 20 runes, and I have 24 tabula roburs. So that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, so the question is, does this divide into 20? It might, I just don't have enough obsidian. Okay, I got the rest of the obsidian. Now then. Yes, it does divide evenly into 20. Now that we gotten these, we really should just need to, yep, we got it configured to the right thing. We can right click it and it'll automatically assign all those stuff. That is beautiful. Alrighty. So now I'm pretty sure that the way this works is that any hostile mobs near it will have their life drained. So here's what we need to do. We need to either get a spawner in here that's going to spawn things fast enough to where this thing won't eventually start losing blood. Because if the same thing like blood magic, if it goes without blood because the mobs aren't spawning, I'm going to get very sick. So I need things that are going to be constant. Or I could get witches because they like to regenerate. I don't know if I could get witches though. I'm gonna make a box and then I'm gonna see if there's any way for me to get witches because those probably would be the best way for me to go about this. Maybe just a straight up witch spawner. I could probably go for something like the setup I have over here with my wither skeleton spawner for my blood farm. Oh my gosh, I'm making another blood farm. How did I do this twice?
Later.
Okay, I think I might actually have an idea as to how I can get witches, but it's gonna be a bit of a process because I lack other things that would make it easier. So, where I am right now, I'm in a structure that generates in the world with evil craft, which gets us this environmental accumulator. What this thing does is if we go ahead and make ourselves this weather container, which is just a dark gem, a glass bottle, and some sugar. Then, depending on your weather conditions, if I throw this thing in, it will take the current weather and then condense it into the bottle. Now, this would be easier. You're joking, right? Please tell me that that is because I absorbed the current weather conditions. Because if it just started raining after that, that sucks. Okay, but this is fine. As with this, we can actually go ahead and then craft it into different weather stuff, unless I can make it like this. Okay, no, I cannot. Okay, we need to change this thing then. So what we need now is we just need to grab ourselves a couple buckets of water, and then we can combine our weather container with our buckets of water, and then it'll change it to be rainy. If I combine it with glowstone, we will have storm weather sealed inside of this. And then we can combine it with ender pearls to give us lightning grenades. Now, if these are what I think they are, I should just need to throw them. Does this only work when it's storming? I think that would have been the same for my other idea anyways. So, you know, this is fine. We just need to make it storm. Actually, this would be a good opportunity for me to check. If I make another weather bottle and then let this thing absorb. Okay, so it is because I absorbed the current weather. Okay, so here's the question. If I throw this thing now, it doesn't cause lightning. I know that this is supposed to do something with that. I want to look into this real quick. This is the best idea I got because for those of you who don't know, if you strike villagers with lightning, they then turn into witches. The other way I could have done this is with a channeling trident, which I'm pretty sure also requires a storm. But I don't have a trident or a way to get a trident.
20 minutes later.
Okay, so I looked it up and this is supposed to spawn lightning when you throw it. So I don't know if they changed it or not. So in case this is broken, I opened the world to land and just set the weather to storm for a second. If I throw this now, no, the lightning grenade is not doing what it's supposed to. And the earliest update to Evil Craft was not long ago. So yeah, and then the storm's gone. Okay, so yeah, I have no idea why this doesn't work. There is another thing after this called the lightning grenade, so maybe I can work with that, but other than that, I'm not certain. So let's just see for a second. If I go ahead and then put a lightning bomb right here, they're not hard to get. I just needed to combine TNT with another lightning grenade. I already had a couple of those. If I go ahead and do that, no lightning. I don't know if it's bugged or if it's just not supposed to do that in the latest version. I'm gonna have to look that up. If it is just bugged, I may have free reign to just turn these guys into witches because by all accounts, that should have happened.
Much later.
Okay, so I can't find anything on this not being in the pack anymore, and I couldn't find anything in the config saying that this was disabled. So that tells me that this is in fact bugged, which means by my rules, if there is a function that is bugged I am allowed to command this crap in because it's not my fault. The functions are not functioning. So I believe I just need to summon lightning bolt. Yeah, so we'll summon that to us right now. And then, yeah, there we go. So now those guys are there. I might need to wait for nighttime then to be able to work with these guys because I don't know how much health they still have. So, okay, wait, they're full on health. Okay, so that's good. Well, either way, I have everything I should need now. So let me look. Yep, I got enough of the anima in there. I needed 50, so I should hopefully not need to prick myself anymore. Let's just go ahead and activate that. And yeah, it is sending the blood over here. Okay, now the question is, are they able to regenerate or are they not doing it fast enough? Okay, wait, I think they are regenerating. Okay, provided that they don't poison themselves to death. With that then should mean we're gonna start getting our blood. Okay, all I need to do is just get rid of the entity hurt witch sound effect. I'm pretty sure I could make this stronger if I add some runes of sacrifice. I could definitely get a few of those and that'll increase this. So that way these guys are then constantly giving me more. This is good. This means I won't need to hurt myself for this anymore. So I have 8 tabula roburs. So that means I should be able to make myself 8 of these runes of sacrifice. So once I go ahead and put all these guys down in their proper places, we should then start seeing a much larger gain off of these guys. Although I'm pretty sure the thing is full now. So yeah, it is full, but it is still damaging them constantly. So that's not too big of a problem. Their health is still fine. So after that, I think I just need to absorb a large amount of blood and then we can see how this goes. So let's just go ahead and throw a deep slate in here. That's then gonna start absorbing. Okay, I was gonna say, is it not going to drain the blood? Is it just that efficient? It might be, because look, it goes down and then it just goes back up. That's so sick. All right, and so yeah, now with that, it starts draining a lot faster once I get down really low. 2 ways I can fix that really is just adding more runes of sacrifice or some more witches. After this, the next goal really would be to upgrade ourself again on the altar. I think though, to do that, I'm going to need to go to hell. And if I look at this, how difficult would the highway to hell be? I'm just going to need 69 total runes, and then I need an extra 4 for me to be able to make myself the Master Stone.
Much later.
All right, I got all the ritual stones, I got everything done, and I also did a couple things with the witches. So I capped off the thing and I made it look like a bottle because witches, I thought it'd be funny. And I also gave them name tags because it occurred to me they may despawn. So I wanted to give them all name tags. I gave them witch names. I named one Baba, one Blair, and then another Morgan. So now, with all that out of the way, everything should be perfect. We just need to go ahead, place this thing here, and then I'm pretty sure this thing should be set correctly, right? Because, yeah, highway to hell. So we can just go ahead and then set all that there. And then we're going to want to go ahead and remove this because that's just not going to work either way. So, but there we go. Look at that. It's all going to start coalescing. And then there we go. Now this thing should be mostly ready. Now, the only thing left is to just fill up my blood. Now, here's the question. Do I have enough blood in here? The answer is, wait, that's 600,000. Wait, that's enough, isn't it? Hang on, if I go ahead and push this here, yeah, that was enough. And look at that, baby. Oh my gosh, that looks sick. So here we go. The second inversion pillar, this one, which will take us to hell, apparently. Oh my goodness. Dude, this place looks sick. This is way different than it was before. We got ourselves a standard key. Actually, do I still have the other key? Because I'm pretty sure I had another key. Yeah, that's a simple dungeon. Oh, wait, those are different. Wait, this is the simple dungeon key. This is the standard key. Interesting, but now I've got myself 4 dungeon keys. Okay, so while we're here, I'm pretty sure I'm looking for something specific. I'm looking for an ore called Demonite. With the Demonite, I will then be able to make myself Hellforge, which is the next block that I'm going to need for the upgrade. So I'm gonna need to look for demonite ore. Will I be able to survive? I don't know. We've got a lot of light around me. I might want to remove that so that way I can then have myself be in darkness. Because for those of you who don't know, I have the Twilight Cloak, which makes me invisible in darkness. Okay, well, I managed to get rid of all the light sources, except I'm pretty sure the inversion pillar emits light. That, or it's these eyes around the place. It could be those, but... oh, I can't seem to break those. Wait. Oh, they thought of everything. I can't break out. Okay, well... here we go. We're gonna have to just go with this then, and... okay, well, these are all trial spawners, so... this is interesting. It's not quite the one we're looking for, but I might be able to find some demonite in these. Unless these guys drop the demonite. Like, if I kill you guys and then let the dungeon keep going, because they're not too strong. Like, I can kill them fairly easily. I have a lot of resistance. I have a lot of effects. So, wait, hang on. That may have just given me the demonite. Wait a minute. Oh, demonite, baby. Can I crush this down? I can using the Athenator. There is cutting fluid. I do remember that. Ooh, but wait, no. The tabula vitae is broken. So yeah, then it looks like I'm gonna need to look a little bit further. But now we know that these guys do spawn the demonite.
Much later.
Okay, I got all the demonite I should need, but I was able to find something pretty cool also. Wait, did these guys just straight up drop wither skeleton skulls? Okay, well, I got one from one of those guys, but I found this really tall spire that when I went up here, there was just a room full of all the demonite. And we also appear to have a bunch of the different machinery. But, okay. Yeah, no, they do a lot of damage. So I don't think I can afford to dwell on any of that. So we're just gonna have to go off and, oop, we got a little bit extra demonite. We got a little bit extra. Oh, my health is so low. Oh, my health is so very low. Alrighty, well, I got everything I should need. Let's just get on out of here. Now we can go ahead and make ourselves our 4 blocks. We only really need 4, but I'm gonna go ahead and make a 5th one, just in case. So, here we go. Now we've gotten ourselves these babies. Now, what we do with these ones is they are for the upgrade to the altar. All we have to do is replace our diamond blocks right here with the Hellforge. I use these to mark their position, so we can just go ahead and then place all of these guys down right around here, and then the final one will be right here. All right, after that, I just need to place down all the runes, and then we would be where the final tier of altar from blood magic would be. All right, so just gotta go around a little more, and there we go. We should now be at, yeah, tier 4. So by going up, this is tier 5. Because remember, they added tier 0. So yeah, there we go. We are now at the maximum level that blood magic would have. But there is one more, and my game is frozen. Okay, I think the lag's all good now, so that's fine. Okay, so as I was saying, we got the stuff. This is great. Now, the final tier actually wouldn't be too bad. We're just gonna need a lot more runes. The only things of count will be the final blocks, these crystal clusters. Now, the crystal clusters, their ingredients aren't too terrible. We need the tablet that we get for our current level, which, you know, that's gonna take a bit, but it can be done. Nether stars, we got those automated. Weak blood shards, I have everything of those, and skulk, I have those in plenty. However, I need this in the Hellfire Forge, and I need either the highest or second highest level of the spirit gem, which I remember before it was called like the, what was it, the Tartarus gem? I can't really fit it anywhere else, so I am gonna have to try to cram everything here. So I'm gonna try to blitz through this. So firstly, what we're gonna need is the Hellfire Forge. It's just gonna be some deep slate iron, iron block, and then another slate. So we can combine all those, and there we go. Now we got ourselves the Hellfire Forge, which we can just go ahead and slap right here. Okay, for us to be able to power this, we need Spiritus. This is where this could get a little unfortunate. So what I now need to do is let's just go ahead and then put myself full of some blood in here. That should be fine. Then inside the tabula vitae, we need to put string and 2 iron. And that recipe works. Wait, why wasn't the other recipe working before then? That's very strange, but there we go. Now we got ourselves throwing daggers. Now, with these throwing daggers, we can go ahead and start extracting spiritus from some mobs. All we should really need to do is just head on over here to where the mobs are gonna be strong, and then we can just throw a dagger at him, and then he has his particles. And there we go. We got ourselves some spiritus essence. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and then make a bit of use out of this, just because I will be able to do stuff with the spiritus. So I got 16 of these, which I accidentally wasted one. That's unfortunate, but it's mostly fine. Then all we do is we could just throw these things into here. Oh, and this comes with a little model thing. That's cool. All right, and then we just put the spiritus inside of here. This will absorb it. This one has a quality of 5, so that should be good. So then I can just go ahead and make myself our petty spiritus gem. Now, we're gonna need to slowly upgrade these things. Rather than having to make more daggers, you're gonna see why I made this second one. Now what we need is just an iron sword. I might actually have one because yeah, we got that. Ooh. And it's God forged. I don't know if that's gonna stay with it. So we're just gonna hope that it does. So then we can just go ahead and put these 2 things together. If the spirit gem is in these guys, it will still be able to register it. Oh, but it doesn't take it. All right, that's fine. But there we go. Now we got ourselves our spirit sword. Now, here's what's really cool. These spirit gems, they hold the spiritus. So if I just drop it, it will collect inside of this. Now here's where this is gonna be a bit unfortunate, but since this mod has been a bit more generous around things, I'm hoping that it's gonna be a bit more generous with the spiritus. All we now need to do is fill up this gem, and then we can combine it. It needs to be full for it to be able to register. And with this sentient sword, this will then do the same effect as our throwing dagger. So we should be able to get more spiritus like this. Now, my hope is that by having it in my offhand, I will then be able to do that thing where you can have things like that and just kill mobs. All right, so I now have it full, and unfortunately, having the thing in the offhand does not work, so that is a little bit unfortunate. But now all we need to do is just combine our spirit gem with a redstone, a diamond, and a lapis. And again, this does work if we have it in here, so I don't need to make 2 of these to keep making them grow. So there we go. Now I have the lesser spirit gem, and I can confirm it has been way more generous with the spiritus. So I can just go ahead and then throw these guys down, and there we go. Those are now accumulated. All right, so I only have 2 more levels that I need to do. So the next one is just gonna take a tier 3 slate, a gold, and a diamond. That is all fine. I will come back when I need to get the final one that I'm gonna need, because that's gonna need an item that's very peculiar.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
All right, I got the crystal all the way up again, which means we're at the final level 1 before we should be able to get the thing that we need. Now, here is where the problem lies. For us to get the greater spiritus gem, we need something called a spiritus crystal. There's different kinds of them, and I don't exactly know how to get them. Now, I have an idea as to how to get them because I was able to read up a little bit of it, and I remember playing a mod pack with a friend where blood magic was in this, and he did something like this. So we have this crystallarium malfactum, and we have this vast malfactum. Both of these I got from the Endless Realm. So here's the question though. If I throw this into here, okay, I can take it back out, so that should be good. I'm pretty sure in here, this is supposed to do something with this. Yeah, I mean, I think this is the right thing. Oh. Well, I think we got the thing that we needed. Yeah, that's a raw crystal cluster. How do I turn this into the other thing? Okay, well, if we put this back, do I maybe need it to grow?
Eventually.
Okay, I looked it up, and what I needed to do was I needed to wait for this thing to grow another prong. So by me breaking it before, I ended up denying it the ability to grow. So I had to break the other one. So now I need to let it grow twice more again. So now I should just need to right click it. There we go. Alrighty. So now with that, I should just be able to go ahead and then apply this to here and throw this in here. And there we go. We now have ourselves the greater Spiritus gem. Oh, that is beautiful. Alrighty, so we can just go ahead and apply those to me. There we go. Okay, so now with this, I don't know exactly how much it's going to take, but I'm gonna need 4 of these crystal clusters, which means I'm gonna need 4 of all these guys. So that's 4 of the final one. Oh, that is going to take so much blood.
You get the idea.
All right, the thing is full, so it should work now. Yes, there we go. All right, so that's gonna then turn it into our crystal cluster. Oh yeah, and while I was out gaining the souls, guess what I found from another apothecary person? Found a trident. Remember what I said earlier about trying to get lightning to make the witches, and it used channeling? We could do that now. I would just need to make the channeling enchant, which is not hard at all. At least I don't need to cheat it in anymore, but still, that whole thing was dumb. Alrighty then. So now that we've gotten this, all we need to do is just put each of these guys right here in their proper places, and then one more to go. And here they are. All those and proper placement. The only thing that remains, the glorious thing, is to replace all of these with our runes. Once I go all the way around, I'm pretty sure some of them were still left behind because there was more than a stack. So this is taking a very long time to get all the way around. I'm probably going to cut some of it out, but once we go all the way over, something may or may not have gone wrong. Nope, tier 5. Although the thing on the left says tier 6. Wait, so that thing calls it tier 6, but this thing calls it tier 5. Wow, that is weird. But there we go, dude. And so if the end game ever calls for anything with this mod, I absolutely should have it. So do you like this video? Good. Then be sure to check out our last All the Mods 11 video when we started our Neo Vitae adventure. Bye-bye.